Hello, intactivists. This is not clickbait. I promise you this is not. I'm going to show you a bunch of reasons why I believe that intactivism groups is probably going to go extinct in 10 years if this trend continues. I have a whole bunch of data I want to show you guys, and it's very important for you guys to understand this so we can go ahead and make some changes now before it's too late. So before I begin, I am going to tell you what I did. I went to YouTube and I went through the top 5 biggest names of all of intactivism: Bloodstained Men, Foregen, Intact America, Intaction, and also Eric Clopper. The reason why I did Eric Clopper is because he's one of the most famous intactivists ever, right? Also, what I did was I went through every single year and I got the average views. So that way I can also get the current year as well, because it doesn't really affect anything. So we can see how well we're doing year over year over year. Now, why am I using YouTube? I'm going to show you guys really quickly why YouTube is paramount for intactivism. The monthly active YouTube users is 2.5 billion users worldwide. That's really, really big, okay? 82% of US adults are on YouTube. YouTube is the social media platform with the highest penetration, which is really important for intactivism. YouTube is the second most popular search engine after Google. Also very, very important. YouTube statistics localization, that is important, but I'm not going to explain that for the sake of brevity. People enjoy watching videos on YouTube every day. 1 billion hours of video on YouTube and generate billions of views. So people watch YouTube all the time. 62% of businesses use a YouTube as a channel to post video content. So it's very important to business. Also, 26% of consumers say they discover products via YouTube ads. Now, is intactivism a product? Kind of. It's like an idea, right? It's like, hey, don't circumcise. So it's important to kind of push intactivism almost like a product. So this is very important. Daily video uploads. 500 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute worldwide. 500 hours. That's crazy. 90% of US digital viewers use YouTube, the most popular channel for digital video consumption. So this is the most popular channel among US digital video viewers. So it is very important for intactivists to be using YouTube and to really be crushing it, right? YouTube is definitely a dominant force. All right, it is fantastic. So before I even show you the charts, I'm going to show you what I did a little bit more clearly. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I did really quick. So this here is really easy to get. The mean of this is 1.1K. Now I actually clicked the video, it's 1,111. That would be the average views. Now for 7, I would take 308 plus 710, that's it. And I would divide this by 2 because there's 2 videos to get the average views for the video for 7 years. So this date, by the way, is July the 17th. So if you guys want to go ahead and recreate this experiment, you definitely can. And then year 6, you can just go ahead, add these 2 up, 165, 534, and then you divide it by 2, and that would give you, for 6 years ago, what's the average of views. So that's how I got these numbers for Bloodstained Men. I'm gonna pop these up right here. I did this for every single group. So Bloodstained Men, as you see, 9 years ago, their average was 1,111 with that one video. Their current year, they're at 222. Now, if that change is an 80% decline over 9 years, like, they're not getting better. They're not getting more of an audience. They're getting way, way less. I also have most popular video just to show you guys, like, because year 4 is pretty skewed with 1312. So it makes it look like they were getting more. And you do have those outliers every now and then, so I just decided to add it. Also, if you want to look at the Bloodstained graph, you can see it's trending down. Now, this is all kinds of intactivism. That's why I included Foregen. I don't care if you're in the legal side of intactivism, or if you're in the regeneration side of intactivism, or if you're in the protesting side of intactivism. It's all getting slammed. It's getting slammed hard. That's why I included Foregen in this. Foregen, 9 years ago, the average views was 10,442. Now, the current year, they're getting about 2,258 views. That's it. Dude, that is a 78.38% decline. That's horrible. And then you can go ahead and see the Foregen chart. As you see, it is just dropping off like really bad. And the most popular video was actually 9 years ago. And once again, Foregen is not learning how to go ahead and pick up more views on YouTube. They're just not learning how to do it. I don't know, but you're going to see this trend with literally every single group. Intact America, this is the most well-funded intactivist group in the world, arguably. Even at 8 years ago, they're at 750. 7 years ago, they did fantastic with 2,125, but their most popular video of all time definitely boosted them up with over 20,000 views. So, yeah, but then after that, it was just downhill from there. Their current year is at 320, which is the lowest. Whenever there's an asterisk, by the way, the asterisk means that it was like the lowest that they did per average view. So if you take 8 years ago from this current year, Intact America has seen a 42.67% decline in viewership. So once again, 8 years, you'd think they'd be getting better at making videos, but they have not. Intaction. Now, Intaction is actually pretty weird. Anthony Lasquadro, I think, is a little better at communicating and connecting with the younger generation. But once again, if you look throughout the years, he's getting an okay viewership comparably to most. Like 11 years ago, you can see that he got 35,000. 9 years ago, his average viewership was 91,000, but he only put one video up for 9 years ago. So it's kind of an outlier. Also, his most popular video got almost 100,000 views 11 years ago. Now, you do see at 8 years ago, this was the lower viewership that Anthony did get for Intaction, but the current year is at 1410. It is a 1% increase from 13 years ago. I would like to see a more of a higher increase, but hey, you know what? That's pretty good for Intaction comparably to all the rest of these groups, right? So is this exactly a good looking chart? If you look at the chart, no, by any stretch of the means, this is not a good looking chart. Eric Clopper, MVP, the best intactivist ever, right guys? He crushed it 5 years ago with at least 4,000 views plus per video. Even through 4 and 3, right? He was at least getting above 4,000 views. Now, the past couple years, like the current year and this year, he's getting under 2,000. Now, if you look at the change, he has seen from year 6 to now a 63.79% decline in viewership. So intactivists are not caring. People are not caring. This is very, very alarming. You can go ahead and look at this trend. It is really bad. Like, it spiked up. Now, granted, the most popular video was 262,000 views because that was the American love story, Sex and Circumcision. So if you remove that, it would probably be around like 5,000 or 6,000 average views. But anyways, you can just see it has been declining quite a bit. So this is very, very concerning for intactivism. Honestly, I analyze charts. I like analyzing charts. These trends show that if intactivism doesn't get better at marketing, advertising, and just catching the attention of the public, if the prevailing trend continues in 10 years, I believe intactivist groups will collapse under itself, and it will be solely up to independent intactivists to carry the message. Now, there is some things that could happen, like if Foregen is successful with regenerating foreskins, that would be a huge boost and will really help intactivism. If Health Equity Campaign starts winning states, and they are successful in defunding state-sponsored circumcisions, that would also be really, really good for intactivism. Or if Prevail over the system can unite intactivism and bring younger intactivists in, those are really the only three things that I can see in the short-term to middle-ranged future that may turn the tide of this very alarming trend. Because if you look at all these charts right here, I really do believe in 10 years intactivism is done, at least with the groups. Now, granted, I understand some people are going to say, oh, well, what about TikTok? What about all these other new things that people have and Facebook? And yeah, okay, cool. Maybe that could definitely be a thing, maybe X. But once again, X has nowhere near the clout and the amazing reach that YouTube has, because YouTube is, I believe, the top and the best way to reach other people. And as you see in all these charts, intactivism has been just not doing well, period, across all sectors. We're talking, in the legal front, we're talking the protesting front, we're talking the regeneration front when it comes to reaching a crowd. So anyways, guys, thank you for listening. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, and anything to add, you guys want to say, oh, Potts, you're just being melodramatic, okay, that's cool, maybe, but let me know what you think, because what I think doesn't matter, what you think does. And I almost guarantee you that this video is not going to get a lot of views anyways, because I don't think intactivists care, I don't think the public cares. But anyways, guys, prove me wrong. Hopefully this video spreads, and hopefully you guys can spread this video. That would be pretty awesome. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Bye!